And we are learning more about the man police say was responsible for shooting and killing 12 people, including a police officer, at a bar in Southern California last night. Here's the scene outside of the home of 28-year-old Ian David Long, a military veteran who served in the Marine Corps for more than 4 years. Long was found dead inside that bar along with his victims. Let's bring in Kris Ankarlo, reporter for KFI News, joining us today from Thousand Oaks, California. Kris, what do we know about the shooter?
We're learning a little bit more about his background, specifically the fact that he was, of course, in the United States Marine Corps, and he has been out of the Marine Corps since 2013. He was married up to 2013. He had served also, or he had gone to school locally here at Cal State Northridge. And what we're learning also is his more recent history. Specifically back in April, there had been a checkup on him. There had been a welfare check or a domestic disturbance check. And sheriff's deputies, when they arrived on scene, found him to be a little bit irate, a little bit irrational. And so what they did was they called in mental health professionals to evaluate him. That evaluation did not mandate a mental health hold that we have here in California, which is a mandatory 3-day hold. And so that is one thing that will be checked into intensely here in the next week or two, just to kind of see what happened between April and now to trigger him.
So let me ask you about this particular bar, the Borderline Bar. Was there any connection revealed between the suspect and this bar?
That's one of the paramount things that investigators are looking at, whether or not he had been here before, whether or not he knew anybody here before, whether or not he had some sort of interaction that triggered him here. We do know that he was involved in another battery situation. He was the victim in that case. That was another bar, and we're not really sure of the circumstances or which bar that was. But as far as this specific location, police still trying to piece together the exact connection.
And this particular bar was often visited by college students, I understand. It's in an area where there would be a lot of college students.
Yeah, we have 3 different campuses really within just about 15, 20 minutes of here. And Wednesday nights were it was kind of a line dancing, country music sort of night, specifically geared towards college students. I talked to a few people that were inside of the club last night. One gentleman that I talked to, he is here every single Wednesday night. And he said, the silver lining here is that it's not as busy right now as it typically is later on or earlier on in the season. And so because of that, that may have helped save some lives.
All right, we will leave it there. We appreciate you joining us. Kris Ankarlo, reporter for KFI News in California. Thank you.